What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, a month ago in December, when we got the most recent Disney Plus Day announcement, there were a lot of us in the industry, myself included, who warned you all it wasn't going to be in line with their usual annual announcements, that we've already gotten so much of the Phase 4 slate revealed, and there are still tons of Disney Plus series that won't come out until 2023 that were revealed all the way back at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. However, and in the weeks that followed during the Spider-Man No Way Home press junket, Kevin Fiege lightly promised that there are still tons of brand new announcements to come, and no one can deny that in the last 2 weeks, there have been crazy casting reports and rumors. Everybody from the villain for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, new names like Justin Timberlake, old names like Charlize Theron, who's been tied to at least one role in the MCU in the past, the Fantastic Four. We have a ton of brand new casting reports and rumors. Yes, I will weigh in, and Daryl from The Walking Dead being Ghost Rider. You guys are still DMing me about that. I have my thoughts about what's going on there, and sadly, still no Keanu Reeves. We're breaking down all the brand new casting rumors and reports, including an official grid that has 2 very detailed character descriptions that may be linked to Blade. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could consider hitting the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at this channel, and that's all we do. Everything from the official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and recaps to the industry insider scoops, anonymous 4chan plot leaks, and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That'll automatically enter you for all our giveaways, including the next PlayStation 5. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into the giveaway stuff again there. Also, you guys are always asking me about my collectibles and my comic collection. I'd like to announce that I teamed up with Street Level Hero. Thank you for sponsoring this video. You guys can visit slhla.com for exclusive variant comics with new drops every Tuesday and Thursday. Use code EverythingAlways to save 10% when you shop there. They're an awesome site. I use them for all my variants. If you're into that kind of stuff, I highly recommend. Now, we're going to run down the list of all the most recent castings that have been in the last 2 weeks, because there are a ton, some of which I think we can put a lot of stock in, some of which I think are nuts. We already covered that original Fantastic Four casting report. That's been around for over a month now. I'll link that video at the end of this. Today we're going to start with the anonymous Twitter scoopster My Time to Shine Hello, who just yesterday tweeted out, actors Marvel talked to for MCU roles recently, Charlize Theron and Justin Timberlake. Now, if you're wondering quickly who My Time to Shine Hello is, they're basically the modern day Roger Wardell. Roger Wardell was the original Twitter anonymous scoopster for the MCU back during the days of Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, who got a ton of stuff right about the film 6 months, a year before they came out. My Time to Shine Hello now has done the same with his MCU scoops, especially as they pertain to Spider-Man No Way Home. So while I normally tell you guys to take anything that doesn't come from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt, they're all rumors until officially confirmed, this has a little more reverence than, say, your anonymous 4chan plot leak. So is there any truth to it? Perhaps. Justin Timberlake, what role he could be up for without any information? There's just too many projects, announced and unannounced, to know what role he could possibly be playing. However, this is becoming more and more common. Big name musicians taking roles in the MCU, with the introduction of Harry Styles recently in the Eternals, and rumors of Megan Thee Stallion even playing herself in the upcoming She-Hulk. So again, not enough information to go on here. However, Charlize Theron, this is not the first time her name has come up and tied to an MCU role. Originally, during the first iteration under Scott Derrickson of the upcoming second installment for Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness film, she was tied to the role of Clea. Apparently, they had met and had talks, and it didn't work out. At least that was the report. Hearing that her name's coming up again means that she may have stayed in touch with Marvel Studios, and much like Keanu Reeves admitted recently when he confirmed he still does not have an MCU role, that he has met with Kevin Feige and they're just searching for the right one. I'd love to see Charlize Theron in the MCU. I'd be very excited. However, all of these recent Instagram completely rumor posts about her being tied to Sue Storm, again, if you guys are interested in the most recent casting report or rumor for that, I'll link that video at the end of this. I covered that last week. Now, the next major report, and one that seems to have some merit, is the fact that Chukwudi Iwuji, and I know I may have screwed up that name, I have tried so hard to figure out how it's really pronounced. If someone knows for sure and would leave the phonetics down in the comments, I would sincerely appreciate it, especially if the news is true and being reported by multiple sources that he's playing Marvel's High Evolutionary, who's rightly been speculated and rumored to be the villain in the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and possibly tied to the origins of Rocket. Now, whether or not there's truth to this seems semi-confirmed by James Gunn himself, who has made a regular habit of debunking reports like this and hasn't weighed in one way or another, but that's not fair to do to him. He's promoting Peacemaker right now, but speaking of which, Iwuji actually has a role on that series and then was pictured with the Guardians of the Galaxy cast. James Gunn confirming that he followed over from one series to the other and referred to him as one of the best actors he's ever worked with. That's praise seemingly worthy of playing something like the big bad in the High Evolutionary of the film. We'll have to wait for an official casting report or announcement for that, or maybe James Gunn, after Peacemaker is done, weighing in as well. I'm assuming that some of these casting reports, again, are going to come as major announcements from Marvel Studios. They just get way too much shine, pun totally intended, when they do that, and I would assume that those kind of casting announcements will come simultaneously alongside the Fantastic Four, etc. Now, for some other crazy rumors, we've got to talk about Daryl, Norman Reedus, and all his social media reposts in the last 2 weeks. I'm getting DMs still about this every day because I did not weigh in. And the reason I did not weigh in is that I could not find in all of my back channels, all of my connections and sources, any truth or validity, any even whiff of a rumor of this being true. Now, it does seem like actors have a scripted response when asked if they're playing an MCU character. If they actually are, they say one of three things. They say they didn't get a call, that they are not aware of anything to do with that, and or they confirm confidently that they are not playing that character. We saw it with Jonathan Majors. We saw it with Tatiana Maslany. We've heard this script so many times now, it's actually become a meme. So for Norman Reedus to be sharing all of these concept arts and social media reports, seems like it would be ultra cringe if he's not actually Ghost Rider, but he could just playfully be campaigning for the role or just liking, and reposting the concept art as him as Ghost Rider. There's been a ton of it recently. It's amazing. It's hard to tell. I will say that when fans get excited about stupid stuff, especially like when they cornered the stunt double for Andrew Garfield recently, and someone made a comment like, "Congrats on coming back for The Amazing Spider-Man 3. And of course, he read that as No Way Home and said, I really appreciate that. And then they were like, "Hey, we got you." That's ridiculous. I would never report on that. That is not a news story. That's just someone actually being a dick. But in this case, he is reposting all of this stuff. And again, it would seem a little weird for an actor who doesn't actually have that role to be sharing all those and just hoping for the best, especially someone as big as Norman Reedus, who's crossed over into video games and basically has become an icon on the back of his role in The Walking Dead. Now, the last thing I want to cover today is an official casting grid. There are a ton of access points, especially in the industry, for actors who want to try to get these roles, so they are official, but a lot of times what they'll do is leave the role ambiguous, leave out key details so that you don't know who this is for. Now, yesterday when this was put out, it wasn't tied to a specific film, but it's being reported today that this is actually tied to Blade. Now, while I've been unable to confirm this, what it's for is a feature film that's filming late this year, August 2022 through December 2022, looking for two characters. The first of which, codenamed Huntley, 40 to 60s, formidable and overly sophisticated. Most people think he takes himself too seriously. Must be extremely agile and versatile, physical performer with distinguished dramatic and comedic chops. Theater, dance, and performance art professionals welcome to submit. Strong supporting. The second one is listed as Faiza, if I'm pronouncing that correct, 20 to 40s female, North African, speaks French. She's tough and an agile fighter with a strong presence and drive, a talker who doesn't back down, must be open to training period beforehand. Actors with fight experience are encouraged to submit. Supporting. Now, when you read those, and without the context of being tied to Blade, that first one, Huntley, read like Beast to me, Hank McCoy. Read it again and think of Beast, it really feels like it fits. However, knowing that this is now probably tied to the film Blade, both of these supporting roles to the main Mahershala Ali, I would think confidently that that is not Beast, and would love to invite you guys to speculate somewhat on these characters. I'm going to do a little research, but I also am not confirming this is for Blade. That's just a separate rumor now and report for this casting grid. It's impossible to know because it's an untitled feature film, but what people are probably doing is looking at the production schedules for the films this year. They see August 22nd. If Blade is set to film in August 22nd, that's who it's for. But guys, down in the comments below, let me know, who do you think Huntley and Faiza are? 40 to 60s, formidable, overly sophisticated, takes himself too seriously, but has to be agile and a versatile fighter, has to have comedic chops and be a distinguished dramatic performer. The second one is 20 to 40s North African female, speaks French, agile fighter, doesn't back down. I am all ears, guys. take to the comments. Let me know what you think quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s, and we're doing it much more frequently this year than ever before. In fact, every 20,000 subscribers. We just gave one away days ago. The next one's at 9:40. If you want to be entered to win or for any of the giveaways at the channel, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd sincerely appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires. And as much as I'd appreciate you checking that out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.